Come on, keep it together.
Hello, pervert. I've sent you this message from your own podcast account. I want to inform you about a very bad situation for you. However, you can benefit from it if you will act wisely. Have you heard of Pegasus? This is a spyware program that installs on your computers and smartphones and allows hackers to monitor the activity of the device owners. It provides access to your webcam, messengers, emails, call records. It works well on Android, iOS, macOS, and Windows. I guess you already figured out where I'm getting at. It's been a few months since I installed it on your devices because you were not quite choosy about the podcast that you click to listen to on the internet. During this period, I've learned all aspects of your private life, but one is of special significance to me. I've recorded many videos of you, quote, jerking off to highly controversial porn videos. Given that the questionable genre is almost always the same, I can conclude that you have a sick perversion. I doubt you want your friends, family, and coworkers to know about it. However, I can do it in a few clicks. Every number in your contact list will suddenly receive these videos on WhatsApp, on Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and on email, everywhere. It's going to be a tsunami that will sweep away everything in its path, and first of all, your former life. Do you think of yourself as an innocent victim? No. No one knows where your perversion might lead in the future. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. No. Oh, shit. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I need to skip the ad. Come on.
This is the most unserious ransom ever.
It's showing me Spider-Man 2 is available on PC. It's two unskippable ads. Okay, give me a second.
I don't know who the CEO of YouTube is, but Luigi Mangione.
It's not Susan Wojcicki anymore. She died. Okay.
I doubt you want your friends, family, and coworkers to know about it. However, I can do it in a few clicks. Do you think of yourself as an innocent victim? No. No one knows where your perversion might lead in the future. So consider this a kind of deserved punishment to stop you. I'm some kind of God who sees everything. However, don't panic. As we know, God is merciful and forgiving, and so am I. But mercy is not free. Transfer $1,550 to my Litecoin wallet. Once received confirmation of the transaction, I will permanently delete all the videos compromising you, uninstall Pegasus from all of your devices, and disappear from your life. You can be sure my benefit is only money. Otherwise, I wouldn't be writing to you, but destroy your life without a word in a second. I'll be notified when you open this podcast and from that moment, you'll have exactly 48 hours to send me the money. If cryptocurrencies are uncharted waters for you, don't worry. It's very simple. Just Google, quote, crypto exchange or, quote, buy Litecoin, and then it will be no harder than buying some useless stuff on Amazon. I strongly warn against the following. Do not reply to this podcast. I've sent it from your own podcast account. Do not contact the police. I have access to all your devices, and as soon as I find out you ran to the cops, the videos will be published. And don't try and reset or destroy your devices. As I mentioned above, I'm monitoring all your activity. So you either agree to my terms of the videos or they're published. Good luck, my perverted friend. I hope this is the last time we hear from each other, and some friendly advice. From now on, don't be so careless about your online security.
Damn. You're a sick fuck. Welcome to the Learning Curve podcast.
I am 1 week crack free.
You know, I'm so proud of you. I had several agencies knocking on my door after the last episode.
The warrant.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, they didn't have one, but I told them I didn't have any crack, and they believed me. So they walked Pegasus? Away. They did have Pegasus, yeah. Both the software and the mythical being was just like in my yard.
So for our listeners out there, if you haven't pieced together, that's an email that I got last Sunday night, and for 2 seconds I think thought twice about it. Didn't fall for it, but was like, is this real? Kind of like, you know, when I see like an AI of Joe Biden cracking open a Bud Light with a gigantic rack.
I think if somebody sends you an email implying you are watching something you shouldn't, and you were like, oh God, is this real?
Well, like... okay. There's a number of things that like, I was like, for 2 seconds, I was like, is this real? And then I like thought critically about it. I was like, okay, one, I don't use my laptop to watch porn. So like the webcam would be on my phone, so you're gonna see like my face just staring at the screen. 99% of the porn I consume is unwarranted on Twitter. So it's just like I'm scrolling through like at work and there's just someone getting their back blown out on Twitter. So thought about that twice. And then the thing that really caught me off guard was that it came from my own account. And like if you click on the from link, it didn't have like at this is a scam.net domain. It actually was like that was like where it really got me. But then I went to like my sent folder and it wasn't in.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I have 2-factor. Felt like it would.
Yeah. Who are you, pervert?
What do you mean? Who am I?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. Are you asking what I'm...
All right, this is great.
Are you asking what I'm jacking off to?
No, I'm asking you to introduce yourself.
Oh, fuck. I said I'm 1 week crack free. I'm Cameron. That was my introduction.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that.
No. Oh, okay, I'll repeat myself. I'm Cameron, and I'm 1 week crack free that I was never on, but currently drinking an ice cold, undiscreet, because we're not being paid to advertise it, energy drink. Starts with a degree type, and it's potentially has microdoses of meth in it, so I don't know.
So you got off crack and onto meth.
Yeah, a gateway drug. Swapping one addiction for another. Who are you?
I am Bodhi, aka Shrinky Dink, aka
Heroin this week. It got a brain worm.
Yeah.
Perfect, actually, because I want to talk about a brain worm.
You want to talk about a brain worm?
For like 2 seconds, and then we're gonna... Because he's not really the face of it, but we all know who RFK is. Robert
Franklin Kenneth Copeland.
What does the F stand for? Is it Fitzgerald? It has to be Fitzgerald because it's John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Oh, speaking of presidents, we talked about the dueling last week.
Yeah,
it was Aaron Burr and Hamilton. It was not Jefferson. We were very off. Again, spreading misinformation. But you know what? Jefferson owned slaves.
This is episode 6 of the Misinformation Podcast.
This is good misinformation, okay? We are rewriting history to be more exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know Abraham Lincoln had a 300-to-1 wrestling stat?
Do you know Abraham Lincoln had a 13-inch cock?
Hello, quick little editor's note, because I had morbid curiosity after I heard myself mention that Abraham Lincoln had a 13-inch dick. He most likely did because he had something called Marfan syndrome, which was a connective tissue disease. So going off this information from Deadspin.com, which seems like a sports reporting website, motherfucker was hanging some dick.
They mummified it after he died because they were like, the specimen can't wither away.
You know, I want to like sit here and say that you're lying to me, but I'm not entirely sure that we're above that as a country.
Yeah, they did the whole like spoons and hooks shit that the Egyptians used to do to pull out like brains from skulls. And
this is why they
pulled his vas deferens out the urethra.
That thing where they like shove it in there and like scramble your brain?
No, that's a lobotomy.
No. I remember this because we did an Egypt thing in 6th grade. We did an Egypt unit, and they told us to like preserve the body. They had to like drain the body of all the shit or whatever, and so they would stick like a tube up the mummy's nose and like scramble the brain so that they could like tilt the head and it would like come out the nose.
Oh, I thought they always pulled the brain out whole.
You think they're just like cutting open the cranium and
no, through the nose?
How would they do that?
Because it's like an octopus. Do you think
they got the fucking like cameras back in like ancient Egypt?
No, but they built the pyramids with the help from the aliens, so maybe. But at the same time, like, you know how octopuses, they can like fit into any hole that's at least bigger than their one like hard part they have, their beak. So I think your brain can do the same thing because it's all squishy. It's not hard.
You dissected a cat in 11. Not were you in anatomy in 11th
Yeah.
grade? Do you remember that brain of the cat being hard?
No.
I mean, our brains are not like they exist somewhere between like a solid and a liquid, but they're not like it's not Jello.
Well,
It's
I
a
mean,
solid
the
matter.
only brain I have ever touched was from like a preserved corpse. So I don't know. Like if someone freshly died, I think your brain would be a little bit more malleable.
Okay.
Anybody want to volunteer to let me touch their brain?
No, I've touched a brain.
Subscribe.
I've touched a fresh human brain before.
A fresh one.
Well, not like right out the like not like this person's alive, but I dissected a cadaver.
Yeah.
Like a human cadaver.
Yeah, but those weren't fresh.
I mean, they were preserved.
Yeah.
Or maybe the formaldehyde.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
stiffens it up. I need some
it.
formaldehyde for my dick.
That's crazy.
It stiffens it up.
That's crazy.
Would you?
That's what they got in the fucking gas station pills. It's just formaldehyde.
The rhino pill is just formaldehyde. Okay. Back to the fucking tapeworm. No, brainworm, not tapeworm. Skinny. Okay. So RFK talks like this.
He sounds like an alien. If there are any aliens on the planet,
would you
him.
fuck an octopus? Would you let an octopus like stick its tentacles in you and like? For those of you who aren't like watching us, I'm wiggling my fingers. Would you?
I don't know if I would get a tentacle in the butt, or in any other orifice for that matter.
Do you remember in Pirates of the Caribbean when he kill someone and he would like do?
You need to speak louder.
Fuck. Do you remember in Pirates of the Caribbean when Davy Jones would kill someone and he would like do the like tentacle thing and it would go like all up in their eyes and stuff like that?
Yeah. Or like the Kraken would like suck off people's faces, right?
Yeah. Would you get that done to like your groin and gooch and asshole area? Like would you like just let like an octopus just suction to your like gooch and just like all over you and like in you? If it wasn't bestiality. Because I firmly believe if you know how people say like aliens are among us, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe. I don't know the Among Us like theme song, so I'm just gonna do the SVU dun dun. No, I don't believe in like the little green men or like the whole fucking like like the thing where it's like people are like androids and their like head is like the little pilot thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that like octopuses.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the plural of them are, they're the most likely culprits for being
aliens.
Yeah. Or eels, because we've never seen eels mate. We don't know where they come from. We know that they come from. No, we don't. We really don't. This is a real thing.
From eggs.
No, but we've never seen them mate. Like we've never seen a birth. Like there has never been a recorded eel birth, and we don't know where the population like originated. Like. You know how that you can trace like elephants to mammoths, right?
Yeah.
And you can trace mammoths back to Northern America.
Okay.
Right? They can't do that with eels. Like they cannot figure out like where and when eels came from, and they cannot figure out like how they mate, like what their rituals are, anything like that, because they come from like the Bermuda Triangle. Like that's not even a joke. Like that's not like a the Bermuda Triangle. Like they just literally like we don't know. Like but eels and octopuses. I'm just gonna call them octopuses. I believe that they could be aliens. Because have you ever seen an octopus like change shape?
I will say counterpoint. I've never seen you mate, and I don't know where you come from.
You can see me mate on my OnlyFans.
Are you also from the Bermuda Triangle? I feel like we do know where eels come from. Like out of all of the things in the ocean that like they just caught like one of those angler fish on camera for like the first time.
The devilfish or whatever it's called. Yeah. The second time. The Misinformation Podcast.
For the third time they caught it on camera. And so I feel like those things are more aliens. Or like the giant like fucking squids. Have you ever seen those things where they're like
the giant squid,
taller than like 3 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other?
The reason that we don't know where giant squids come from is because they live in like the North Sea. Like they primarily exist like in like the deep I think it's called
the Mariana Trench type shit.
That's called the Challenger Deep. I think it's called like the Deep Horizon or something. Like it's essentially where the water turns from blue to black, like pigment wise. Like it's where like they exist down there.
Yeah.
And they know they exist, and they know like some things because sperm whales who also go down to those depths, are the only whales that go down that far, will like wash up, and you can see like the suction cups like on them. So like they know they exist, and they've been caught. Like it's just they're just extremely rare.
Yeah.
The same thing with the devilfish. The eels, though, what I'm talking about, according to Google AI,
I don't trust it.
Scientists don't know exactly where eels came from, but they've learned a lot about their cycle and migration patterns. So it's just saying like they don't know like how they
came from
evolved.
the ocean.
Each hatch is in the Sargasso Sea, which is located in the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, so we know how they... I told you they came from eggs. And they're from the ocean. What do they mean? Where they come from? Like their genetic ancestors?
Yes, like they cannot figure out genetically like how they evolved. And they need specimens, and they just can't figure it out.
I feel like they're probably out of all the... Because you know how little fucking squirt dude crawled onto the land to eat plant and then life?
Oh, the little fucking waddler guy that looks like a whale.
I feel like that's probably just like an evolved eel.
I mean, there is...
Like eels might be the first things ever, you know?
What is it called? The MCA or something like that? The most common ancestor, or there's like a word, there's like an acronym for it that I saw on like a documentary one time. I don't know. All I know is that octopuses are fucking cool. Have you ever seen them change like shape into like rocks?
Yeah.
That's just not like what other animal does that? Like there's like the stick bugs but they're like always sticks. They're not like a bug and then they're like, oh, now I'm a stick. Like they just look like sticks. Octopus are like, I'm this red thing that looks like a fucking stomach that got cut out of someone's like abdomen. Oh, now I'm a rock. Oh, now I'm a fucking coral reef. Like,
did you ever play Black Ops 3?
No.
Well,
I gave up on Call of Duty after Kevin Spacey on Advanced Warfare.
They had these like you could choose like specialists that you would play as, and each specialist had like their own like ability thing. And the one that I always played as, I forget his name, but he was in a full suit, and his two abilities that he had like this knife thing that could come out of his wrist, and you could launch yourself like 50 feet across the map and like fucking stab somebody with it. And then there was another ability he had where it was active camo, where it would just like turn him invisible. And I've always thought that we should figure out how octopuses do that and turn that into technology, so I could just like walk around in an active camo suit.
Well, they do have that.
Not that makes you invisible.
Well, not that makes you invisible, I guess, because if you look at an octopus like in the sea, right, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's camouflaged unless you're really, really looking.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be able to tell like if it's right in front of you. But they have technology that has like cameras on the back and literally like camos you and projects like a thing onto the front.
Yeah, but those are normally just like stationary things.
Oh,
like I want it to be on a suit.
You want clothes.
Yeah.
They could probably make that. It probably just would cost tens of millions of dollars for each soldier, and no country values a soldier at that much when you could just make them shoot guns at each other.
Well, I don't want it for a soldier. I want it for me.
You wouldn't be a soldier?
No. I just go steal shit from Walgreens.
Do that now.
Yeah, but I could do it invisible.
Okay.
Or I could sneak up on people and be like, boo.
Oh. Okay. Scary. Okay. This started with RFK, and we're now on camo suits. So good job. Good job to us. No, I wanted to talk briefly about RFK because he got confirmed as the Health and Human Services Secretary.
I think we're like 2 weeks late.
We are. I wanted to talk about it last week, but you sprung the whole hot takes thing on me. But I don't want to talk about his confirmation. This is not like I guess it technically kind of everything is political, but this isn't like about RFK. But I saw this post because it was so the previous Health and Human Services Secretary was Javier Becerra. I don't know how you pronounce it. California, and he was A pretty bad person, but it was one of Biden's bad picks. But the like deputy secretary was this woman. I think her name was Rachel Levine. She's trans.
Related to Adam?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but she's trans, and because she's trans, conservatives like latched onto her, and they would like attack her as if she was the Secretary of Health and Human Services when she was like the deputy secretary. But she took like a prominent role in like a bunch of like rap. I think she took a really prominent role in like the monkeypox thing. So like she was very like frontward facing for the department. But like a lot of people were like, oh, this is such an upgrade. And it was like, she was never in charge. Just first of all, the person that was in charge was a man. Like, I don't, whatever. But there's this thing where it's like, I saw this tweet. It was like, from now on in the US, like if the Health and Human Services Secretary can't bench press their own weight, then they can't be Health or Human Services Secretary. And I was just like thinking about how skewed health is in this country, because in what world is RFK the like image of health?
Honestly, I thought he was pretty healthy when he hit that bear with his car in New York and then picked up the mangled corpse and then just threw it in the back of his van and was like, oh, yeah.
Was he going to eat it?
Yeah.
We need a bear eating. Where's Joe? We need a bear eating expert on this podcast.
He grabbed the corpse, threw it into his van, and then he drove to an airport because he had to fly like across the country, and just left the bear in his van and was going to come back and like cut it up into steaks and then cook it.
Yeah. The brainworm.
Yeah.
The brainworm. But
I think that's actually where people theorize he got the brainworm from, because like the species of animal he hit is like prone to having
the species in it being
brain.
A bear.
Yeah. It's like prone to having parasites in its brain.
Well, that's pretty much how all roadkill probably is. I don't think that any one roadkill is more enticing than the other unless you have a meat preference.
Dude, oh my God. I saw a mutilated deer just in the middle of town, not near like any trees or forests or anything. It was just on the sidewalk. I was like, that's crazy. Where'd that little guy come from?
You know what's crazy? I see like mutilated animals on the road all the time. You see a squirrel, you see a raccoon or a possum.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving one time on the freeway and there was a dog dead in the road. And that really got to me. And I was like, why do I like dogs more? I mean, obviously, like I have a dog, but like, it's still kind of sad that like an animal got like violently like hit by a car, like regardless of if it's a dog or a horse.
I get a little cut up when I see a dead cat on the road, but if I see a video of like a moose being launched into the air by a car, I will send it to everybody I know.
Okay, but when have you ever seen a video of a moose getting hit by a car and it not just getting up and walking away, not even limping, just getting up and walking away, and the car being like towed?
When have I seen that?
When have you seen a video of a moose getting hit by a car and not getting up and walking away? Because I've never seen that.
I can find it. It gets launched like 20 feet into the air.
Moose almost gets hit by car. So going back to RFK's health thing, I don't know. It just kind of like strikes me how health in this, I wouldn't even say it's limited to this country. It's like totally skewed, like what a healthy person is. Because RFK was popping Zins during his Senate confirmation hearing, which is not healthy.
It's healthy for me.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I smoke a drunk ciggy every now and again. But I don't know. It's just weird to me how like the image of health and like what people consider to be healthy is just like someone who works out.
Yeah.
When it's like, if you see RFK with his shirt off, the dude's like 70, has no loose skin, and has like a pretty like defined abdomen and like pecs.
Mm-hmm.
He's very clearly on steroids. Like his build looks like a Marvel superhero.
I don't think he looks that good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to remember the last picture.
Did you ever see the video of him bench pressing in jeans?
Yeah, he was bench pressing. He was bench pressing like 35 pounds or something.
It was like 145 total, which is not much for someone who looks like him. And that's my point, is like someone who looks like him should probably be able to bench press a little bit more than that. I bench press 225 for reps. That's my weight. But like, I'm not qualified to lead health and human services because I'm not a doctor. I don't know the first thing about public. I eat the same thing every single day. That can't be healthy. Like the same meals. I mean, I eat fresh stuff. I eat like a salad every day for lunch, a Greek salad.
Do you take like a multivitamin in tandem with everything?
I do. Well, not a multivitamin. I take magnesium. I take zinc. I take vitamin C, vitamin B, and I think that's it. No, vitamin D too. Yeah, so I take that. I don't take a multivitamin because I don't really need, like, I guess I could, but like I don't really need like a lot of vitamin A because I get it from like a lot of things. But I take the vitamin C for my immune system, vitamin B for my immune system, vitamin D is like for the lack of sun because I am inside all day working. I get outside, but like I don't tan every day.
You're not standing out there like a plant photosynthesizing.
Yeah,
that would be really cool if we could do that.
You walk outside.
Yeah.
You mean photosynthesize? Or go outside?
No, yeah, the photosynthesize part. I just want to eat the sun.
I mean, I think we do. Do we not?
No, because we don't turn it into food.
But it gives you energy. Like, have you ever like been tired and then you just go like stand outside and like bask in the sunlight for a few minutes and then you're like, okay, I'm energized?
No, I'm not a fucking solar panel. Like, what?
It happens. It happens.
I go outside and I get warm and then I get sleepy when I get warm.
Well, that's because you're sweating. Your body's like expending heat because you're in like the direct sun and it's also 1,000,000 degrees outside California.
I don't know, man. It just makes me sleepy.
Okay. Well, anyway, take vitamin B and C for my immune system, vitamin D for like the lack of sun that I get. I should take iron supplements because I don't eat meat, and I'm like 90% sure that's why my hand is cold. It's because I'm like lightweight anemic, but that's a self-diagnose, so I don't know. I'm not gonna say why I take magnesium and zinc, but
is it a secret?
It's not a secret. It's a sexual health thing.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know?
No.
Okay. You should look it up. You should look up why a lot of gay men are currently taking zinc because it's a new thing that they just discovered for some reason. I've been taking zinc for years now.
Because of the same reason or different reasons?
Both.
Okay.
Magnesium for energy, but also for sexual health reasons.
Okay.
You should Google it. And everyone else should Google it. And then don't rush to buy zinc, because if I have to pay $20 for zinc, I'm going to kill everyone.
Didn't RFK put like some blue zinc shit in his drink? Do you think he's secretly gay?
I don't know what it was, but all I know is that people were like, the amount that he put in is lightweight toxic. Like, whatever he did. And that's my thing with health, is like, people see someone who like has like a little bit of muscle and they're like, oh, they're so healthy. And I'm like, I can tell you right now that like 90% of the people that like actually take their body very seriously and like how their muscles look have an eating disorder. Like your Marvel superheroes, eating disorder. Like, do you remember what Hugh Jackman looked like when he started filming Wolverine or X-Men back in like 1999?
Nope. I was just freshly minted, so yeah. I don't have much of a memory.
If you look at him, he has like what they call like a dad bod now.
Yeah.
Dad bod is just someone with like muscly arms and like not a six pack.
Yeah.
But he looked just normal. Like he looked like he had muscles, but he didn't have like a six pack. You know, he didn't look like all his veins were popping out of his chest. But then you look at him now playing Wolverine and he just looks dehydrated. He looks vacuum sealed. It's like, that's not healthy, man. Crack isn't healthy.
It's not, but it'll make your veins pop.
But like, that's like, I'm drinking this Celsius right now. This is not FDA regulated. Did you know that?
Did you know that like, every brand we mention this episode, I'm just going to replace with a beep?
I'm drinking this non-discreet white C brand energy drink that is not. Like it's like people question what's in it. You know, I drink pre-workout that's called Ultra Pump Fuel Insanity. That cannot be healthy. Like, I take creatine with my pre-workout. I don't know what the proper dosage of creatine is. I mean, I Googled like how much, like it says on the label, like, oh, 1 teaspoon or whatever, but like, do I need creatine?
I mean, creatine just helps you hold water, right? So you can use that water for like muscle building instead of your body just being like, oh, we have too much water, get rid of it.
Right. But like, what I'm saying is that stuff is not like it's not regulated. Like anyone could just walk into a GNC and buy a bottle of creatine, start just dry shoveling it into their mouth.
Well, yeah, maybe not that specific product, but from what I know of the FDA, and if they had to review each and every individual product, it would take them like fucking forever to get anything to the market. And we're all about getting stuff to the market. And so things might be like submitted to the FDA and it might not have like the direct FDA approved like stamp on it. But if the FDA has said just like, okay, creatine is like safe for human consumption, or like energy drinks with like these blend of chemicals like taurine and fucking beta alanine, whatever else they want to put in there, it has like this stuff in it, it's safe for human consumption, you don't need FDA approval, you can just go straight to market. So they have like a list of like pre-approved shit pretty much.
We should make a pre-workout that is just like concentrated nicotine, microplastics, and red 40.
Yeah,
just
dude,
those 3 things.
I used to be allergic to red 40 when I was a kid.
Low-key every kid's allergic to red 40 because look at where we are now.
Yeah, but I would like, if I consumed it, I would just violently throw up, and all of my throw up would be like stained red because of the food coloring, so it looked like I was just vomiting blood.
Do you think that's because of the red 40, or do you think that's because the products that red 40 are in are bright red candy?
No, I had a myriad of shit with red 40 in it, because red 40 is in like everything. Like red 40 is in like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, you know, that's always pissed me off, is that when I was like 18, I found out that cheddar cheese is not supposed to be orange.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Like,
I don't think any type of cheese is supposed to be orange.
No, like I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and then I was like, wait a minute, milk is white. Where is the fucking orange? Like, I can understand like a yellow, a yellow
yellowy
hue,
yeah,
but like orange, like bright fucking orange, like what?
Yeah.
It's when I found out that like you look at like Skittles in like the UK, and like the red ones are like pale because they use like beet powder color them, and like the greens are used like they use like natural greens color it, dehydrated like kale or dehydrated spinach or whatever,
Dude, keep vegetables away from my Skittles. Fuck you.
Give me extra red 40. Give me, they have the sour Skittles.
Yeah.
Red 40 dipped Skittles.
Oh my God. I used to, those bags of sour Skittles when they came out with them, I broke like the sour taste buds in my mouth when I was a kid, because I just ate like so much sour shit that it doesn't like, I don't feel it anymore. I would take entire bags of the sour Skittles. I would open them. I would dump the entire thing into my mouth at once, and I would suck on them. And it gave me like fucking chemical burns in my mouth.
Did you ever eat warheads?
Yeah, I would just like grapes. Like they're just not sour.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were sour, but I never was like super reactive to like people that are like, making faces. I'm like, all right, calm it down there, you attention whore. You ever had a Zot?
Yeah, I love Zots.
Love Zots.
Yeah, they're like the little. I used to pretend they were cyanide pills, and I was killing myself because I was a spy.
Bite down on them to get the sour out. I remember giving one to my sister for the first time when she was like 7. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a cherry candy, and she like put it in her mouth, and she was like, this is really good, and I was like, yeah, it's really good, isn't it? And like 5 minutes later, she was like throwing up because it was so sour.
See, I didn't even know those were supposed to be sour. Like I thought it was just like a thing that kind of fizzed in your mouth when you bit into it. I didn't know it was supposed to be sour until like just now.
Do you know what like as I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you know what makes something sour? I don't know what makes sour.
It's like the acidity of it.
It's just they just put like extra vinegar.
Like vinegar, lemon juice, battery acid is a really popular ingredient.
I would not put it past like, man, do you know how deregulated the food industry is here? And look, I'm not on the whole like raw milk shit. That shit's disgusting. If you drink raw milk, at that point it's natural selection if you die. Like, it's there are certain things that are good, like pasteurization, but like I always tell people, because they're like, oh, they'll, because I cook a lot, and so they'll like message me and be like, oh, this whatever expired a month ago, do you think it's still good? And I'm like, well, does it look good? Does it smell good? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, how long after the expiration date? There is no, in the United States, there's no regulation for that anywhere.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a guess that they stamp on it.
Well, this is the whole thing. So it's like a self-regulation, right? So if you're self-regulating, a Best Buy is for the stores, right? Like, not the store Best Buy, but like a Best Buy date. Because you know how like it'll say like, oh, Best Buy, June 5th, and it's like June 1st. It's for the stores to like cycle it out of their inventory, right? But best if used by or expires on dates are for like when it supposedly goes bad. But if you notice the products, I mean, not to say that milk doesn't go bad pretty quickly, because it can, but like the products that you notice with the shortest expiration dates are essentials: milk, eggs, bread, like pretty big staples. Other than like rice or like pasta, most everything has a pretty short shelf life, and that's because companies want you to throw out your product and buy more if you don't use it all.
Well, I will say that either our apartment is cursed or the shit we buy just has really good guesses for the expiration dates, because every single time without fail, any type of bread product we have like on the day or a day past whatever the expiration date on it is, immediately just becomes riddled with mold.
Where do you keep your bread at?
The counter.
That's why.
Well,
so okay, no, I'm gonna explain it to you. It's food. It's science.
I
don't
like
science.
Cold bread.
You don't put it in the fridge. Put it in a cold, dark place.
Okay, that's my apartment. My apartment is cold and dark.
No, but you put it. Okay, the reason is because your apartment is warm.
No,
right?
It's not.
It doesn't.
We don't use the heater at all. It gets to like 40 degrees in there.
I understand that, but your apartment is still comparatively warm to like a cabinet, right? Because light comes in and warms it up, regardless if it's your ceiling light, if it's the window, the light comes in and warms it up. It's in a bag, incubating. And bread is made with what?
I need to show you the layout of my apartment.
I've seen your apartment.
We don't open the windows.
I understand that your kitchen does not have a lot of light in it, but what I'm saying is that when you leave stuff out on the counter, it's exposed to light.
Well, okay.
And it's also exposed to the air. Even if it's in the bag, it's exposed to the air and everything. So when it's in a cabinet, it stays fresher longer. It's the reason that like you can't store onions and fruit next to each other, because the onions give off a certain chemical that like ripens stuff faster. So if you want to preserve your fruit, you put it in a cold, dark place. That's why like you put like an avocado in a bag and like seal it off, like a paper bag, and seal it off and put it in the cabinet. It will not ripen fast.
Counterpoint, when we buy Costco muffins, we put them in the cabinet, and those go bad so fast as well.
Well, that's because they're fresh baked and they have no preservatives in them. They're not so meant.
Put the Costco muffins on my counter, and then put the bread in the cabinet.
Put them in your freezer.
But then they're frozen muffins. How am I going to eat them?
Wave them for like 45 seconds.
You think I got a microwave, bitch?
You don't have a microwave?
I'm just kidding. We do.
Damn, we got poor people on this podcast.
Oh my God. Since we were talking about pre-workout, I started going to the gym again because I need to get in shape for my Halloween costume. And
I'm so curious as to what Halloween costume requires you to be in shape.
I'm gonna be Don Quixote do Flamingo from One Piece. You want to see a picture?
I'm assuming that this person is shirtless.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
But I started going to the gym. First day I went, I'm like super sensitive to beta alanine, right? Like it makes me like hella fucking itchy. First day I went, my pre-workout decided to not kick in until I was done and I was driving home. And there was hella traffic, so I'm just sitting in my car, like fucking tweaking, trying to itch every part of my body at a red light.
In the part of town you live in?
Yeah.
You just blend right in.
And, but my muscles are so sore because I haven't been in so long. My arm right now, it's like flat. I can move it to like there before it starts hurting. I can't physically touch my shoulder or bring things to my mouth. So when I am drinking this water, I am in so much pain trying to lift the cup.
Damn, weak. No, you know when you go to the gym and someone's on your equipment that you want to use and they just refuse to fucking leave it?
Yeah.
So that happened to me on Tuesday. So on Tuesdays I do a pull day, and I start with deadlifts because it like gets your whole body, but it's still a pulling motion, so it kind of like loosens up all the muscles. Well, there was someone on the fucking barbell, the Smith machine or whatever the fuck it's called. And so he was there, and so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just do my other workouts and circle back and finish with the deadlift because that's a real good finisher. He was still there. All the machines were taken. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do dumbbell deadlifts. And I did it with the 75-pound weights, but I did them like real fucking slow. And I was bending over and I could feel it. Back of my calf, back of my thighs, hamstring.
Yeah,
your hamstrings. And literally I was like, oh God, this is going to like hurt me later. And I shit you not, I tried to get up from my office chair like 2 p.m. on Tuesday, and I fell over. Like my legs gave out, and I was like, I deadlift, I shit you not, 305 pounds for reps. But then I do a deadlift with dumbbells where I'm like touching the ground, and I'm like, because you know the secret to doing good deadlifts with dumbbells?
No, I've never done them.
Okay, so I'm not going to get up and show you, but you put them against your thigh, and you basically act like you're trying to bump someone with your butt, right? Like you tighten your core.
Okay.
It's to keep your back straight, right?
Yeah.
You tighten your core to keep your back straight, and then you push your butt out rather than like focus it. It's like a mindset thing. So rather than being like, oh, I need to bend over, you say like, oh, I'm basically acting like a cannonball's hitting me like right in my... Yeah, so that your butt's getting pushed out rather than like you bending over. So you push your butt out and you put the dumbbells and you glide them along your thighs. And you like go over your knee and you go as low as you can, and your hands, your knuckles go like that.
Okay.
And that like helps keep your like center of gravity, and it helps keep your core straight, and it helps keep your back straight. But because I had the dumbbells and it's not like a bar, I can kind of like turn the dumbbells in a little bit and kind of like focus. Because when I do my deadlifts, I don't know how you do them, I put my feet out like that. Like I do a little bit of a little...
I don't. I just keep them straight, pointed.
I do shoulder, and then I turn them out a little bit for like better balance. But because I had them with the dumbbells, I could turn the dumbbells in a little bit and kind of get them in. And so I was able to get like right foot, and it just fucking tore the shit out of my... And so for like 2 days, I couldn't like walk properly. And the next day after pull day was leg day. So I was like, God damn. And I maxed out on leg press. And so like my leg press does nothing, but I started doing seated leg curls, which also gets your hamstrings. So it was just like fucking torture.
Yeah, I did legs yesterday, and I was taking a poop pretty late, and my legs like fell asleep. And so when I was done, I got up and I'm like walking around, and I am in so much pain from like the pain of working out my legs plus the pain of my legs falling asleep and being all tingly. And then one of my cats came over and stepped on my foot, and I went like,
Have your legs ever fallen asleep to the point where your balls fall asleep?
My balls? I don't know.
I've had that before. I thought
I was gonna go paralyzed last night. I was like, I did something wrong. Like, I'm paralyzed now. I'll never be able to move my legs again.
See, like right now, this leg, as I'm sitting here, it's kind of asleep. But if I would just put it down for like 2 seconds, fine. But like there was one time where I was like sitting, I forget where I was, but like my balls started tingling, and I was like, oh man,
my
balls,
spidey sense.
My balls fell asleep. That's crazy, man. With the pre-workout, I've had this thing recently. I don't know what it is. So I take fiber in the morning, right when I wake up. Well, not like I don't roll out of bed and like throw fiber pills in my mouth, but like I get up, I go get ready to like go to the gym. I put my clothes on, and then I drink my pre-workout, and then I take fiber pills because I take fiber pills every morning, and it like helps. Fiber helps with. And so like it's never been an issue, but recently my pre-workout has been hitting like in this weird time where like it just metabolizes everything. The fiber metabolizes everything. And like no matter if I go poop before I leave the house or like when I get to the gym mid-workout, I'm like, God damn it. Like I'm like drenched in sweat and I gotta go shit.
Do you be holding it or you just go shit right away?
It depends.
Because if I'm drenched in sweat and I have to shit, I will hold it until I'm dry because I don't want to like fucking get a rash on my ass.
Well, there's that, and I sweat a lot when I'm at the gym. Like it's so bad.
Yeah.
And like you have to peel the clothes off me. Like I'm not even joking. Like I wear a compression tank top under my shirt. And that's because I don't want to sweat through my shirt and then have my shirt be like super heavy on. And so when I take that compression tank top, like with my shirt, I can just pull the shirt off. But with the tank top,
that shit's stuck.
Dry, I can do it. But when it's sweaty, it's literally like I've had it before where I like pull it and you can hear it. It's so bad. But no, if I'm wearing because I wear a for like squats and deadlifts because I'm kind of getting to that where like I can't just like flex my core like enough to not give myself a hernia or not throw out my back. And so if I'm wearing one of those, I will because it's already compressing me. It's essentially a corset, right? But if I'm like just doing like a push day and I'm not like compressing me, just get horny. Did you know that?
No.
So your biological drive to reproduce is stronger than anything. So if you're ever hungry and you're like, fuck, I'm starving, I'm getting a headache, or if you ever have to like pee and you're like driving in a car and you're like, fuck, I have to pee. You think of something that makes you horny. And if you get a boner, you don't have to pee, you don't have to poop, you're not hungry, you're not tired, you're not anxious, you're not, and like literally that's the cure to everything. Just get horny.
Okay,
everyone get real horny real quick.
I misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you were saying like having to shit makes you horny, and I was like, what? No, that doesn't happen to me. Like, it's like, no, I've never been like, damn, I got a load I gotta drop off and now I'm bricked.
I mean, dopamine, all the same. No, I was saying that if you get horny, that the drive of like your body doesn't know that you're not about to like have sex and like reproduce. Yeah. So like your body's like, oh fuck, I'm about to reproduce. I gotta stop pooping. Yeah, I gotta stop having to shit. I gotta stop being hungry. Like I gotta focus on this.
You ever like fart when you're like doing bench or just any exercise? You ever just like kind of fart by accident?
Not in the gym, no.
Oh.
But I have before when I used to work out in my garage. I have, but I've learned to control it. But
I've done that before where I was like going down for a squat and I was coming back up and
that's
I was
dangerous
because
you don't know what's going to come
and then
out.
I fart and I'm just like, oops.
You don't know what's going to come out.
Yeah.
Because what if you shit yourself?
Yeah. Well, then I shit myself.
The gym.
Yeah. When was the last time you shit yourself?
It was like 2.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I don't believe that.
I promise. I don't remember the last time I shit myself.
It's a really common thing, apparently.
It is. That's why I asked you, because I thought for sure you would have shit yourself. You seem like the type.
What the fuck? No. I will say this. I have pissed myself before. Like not like just like a full on like stream, because I'm really good at like fucking stopping it. Like I could stop it no hands.
Yeah.
Like I could just squeeze it, right? But I have before like had to pee so bad that like it got to the point where like my body like took over and was like, nope. And it like a little bit came out, not like a dribble, like, you know.
That's crazy.
1 or 2 seconds worth. But then I was like, nope. Like, you know, but like I've also been hit while I've had to pee, like in the stomach. And like, obviously, like, you know, at that point you can't control it. So you're like, you know, if you get tased, you can shit yourself.
Yeah.
Because you lose control of everything. Piss yourself too. That's happened to me. I've gotten hit with
taste or the piss
what
yourself.
Okay. I've always gotten this. What is this? A stun gun is the one that you press and like jab someone with.
I thought I in my mind they're synonymous, but I always thought if you're going to get specific with it, the stun gun is the one that looks like a fucking gun and you shoot the things out.
I thought that, but I don't know. I thought I saw someone call the thing that like the thing that women carry in their purse.
Yeah.
You know, I've been tased with one of those before. I've been shocked with one of those, and I have peed a little bit.
Was it before you had a math test?
No, it was when I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those things hurt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously, but like,
you ever?
It's a different type of electrocution than sticking your finger in a socket.
You ever done the thing where it's like a fucking fake pack of gum or whatever with one stick poking out and you pull it and it like fucking zaps you?
No.
Oh, that one always kind of felt weird to me. But there's a one that I used to have, like one of those prank things that just shocks people. It was a car key that I had, and I brought it to school, and I was like, "Oh, I got a new car," and I was in like elementary school, and so
you're like, "I just have this car. I drove it today."
Yeah, I was like, "I got a new car. I drove it to school," and then the people I was talking to were like, "No, you didn't. You can't drive," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, here's the key. Push the button. The car in the parking lot will beep," and then they would press it and zap themselves, and I'd be like, "Haha, got you."
Do you lie a lot when you were a kid, like in elementary school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do kids do that?
Because it's fun.
No, because kids are synonymously like the most. Is that the right word? At the same time, whatever the fuck. Simultaneously. Jesus Christ, this is the misinformation podcast.
Yeah.
They're simultaneously the most honest people and like the most like liar, like the biggest liars there are. Because like you go to school and you'd be like, I met Leonardo DiCaprio at Walmart. And it's like, we live in Nebraska. No, you did not. But then like,
you do not have a T-Rex imaginary friend. Stop lying to me.
Schizophrenic at that point. But then like, they'll be like, mommy and daddy are fighting. Just unwarranted. And you're like, oh, tell me more. And they're like, yeah, daddy called mommy a stupid whore. Like, because mommy was making eyes at the pool man. Like, have you ever had a kid do that to you?
No, I've never had a kid tell me some weird shit. I've had grown adults tell me some weird shit. Like I've
had grown adults do that, but kids. Oh my! When I used to work with kids at the photography studio, oh god, it was literally like, mommy and daddy are in a bad mood because they got in a fight before we got here. And I was just like, I don't need to. I do need to know your parents' business. But at the same time, I'm trying to milk them for as much money as possible per company policy. So let's wait until I've actually like got their credit card in my hand so I can like get the sale.
Dude, oh my God, if I was in that position, a kid came up to me and was like, oh, my parents are fighting. And then I was like taking photos of them. I'd be like, all right, now let's get one of you two just like kissing, just like staring at each other lovingly. Just like put them in situations where they are as close to each other as possible to just make things worse.
In the fight.
Yeah. They start arguing. You start getting a whole fucking album of them being like, ah.
I mean, they didn't hide it well. That's the whole thing. Parents like don't hide their like animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that having kids ruins relationships, because it's definitely not like a blanket truth for people, but I can tell you right now, I have met, and it's primarily men. I have met a lot of men that have kids that they didn't want to have kids, and they very much should not have had kids.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people either, because it's like a lot of work and a lot of stress. I say this as somebody who is barely keeping 4 cats alive, but so like having a human to me is like incomprehensible. It would cause me so much fucking stress and anxiety.
Kids have no survival. And I was babysitting my niece. They have no survival instinct. I was babysitting my niece, right? I was like, okay, we're going to go on a walk because I got to take my dog on a walk. So I get Havoc in his vest, and I get his little fucking easy lead. Sister-in-law did not bring a stroller for this 2-year-old kid that I was going to take on a walk. So I was like, all right, I guess we're just going to walk. Dog in one hand, 2-year-old in the other. Because I'm not carrying this kid, because that's just going to fucking ruin my back.
You didn't have any rope? You just tired of Havoc?
Right, and when he sees like a little fucking chihuahua, right.
Well, he's got that like strap on his back, so you could like...
No, it goes on his muzzle.
No, on his vest. He's got like a carrying handle.
Her
no, I'm saying she can hold the handle, right? She got her legs on each side of him.
Oh, you
then you take the rope and like wrap it around her legs, like the cowboys with the bulls.
You want her to ride him.
Yeah.
We have tried that. He's not a fan. He's a little too small. I think if he was a little bit more docile, he would let her. I don't think it's like a weight thing. I think it's more like he doesn't want a kid touching him kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we go out, and I'm like, okay, hold my finger, because, you know. So she's holding my finger, and then I have Havoc in one hand, and we're walking. Which one do I keep by? The problem is that Havoc needs to go on lawns, yards to fucking shit and piss.
Yeah.
And those are not on the street side. So now I have a kid on the side of the street where you're not supposed to have them. And so we're walking, and she just lets go of my finger and runs straight into the street. And I'm just like, okay. So I grab her. I'm like, okay, we're not going to do the finger anymore. I'm going to fucking manhandle your wrist. Still got away from me. Just had this innate drive to run directly into the street over and over and over again. I was like, you know what? I get mad. Like, I was at Costco this morning, and this kid just darted out from their parent right in front of me. And I was like, I have this giant Costco car. I'll kill you. Like, I'll straight up run you over and just keep walking. Like, when I get into Costco, don't get in front of me. But like, I understand it now. Like, I used to not understand that. And I was like, kids are just dumb. They're just stupid.
Yeah, they are.
But like, I babysit my niece, and it's like, we sometimes babysit her here, but most of the time it's more like we go over to my in-laws' house, and we're like there with everyone. There's Sean's parents, there's Sean, and then there's his parents, and we're all there. So there's 6 adults. And like, you know, she gravitates towards me for some reason, like not even remotely biologically related. And she like gravitates towards me, and so like, you know, I'm the one that ends up like watching her and playing with her. 20 minutes of that, I'm taking a nap.
Dude, yeah, it's the same. It's
20 minutes. Like, I'm just like, I can't.
It's the same for me. It's just too much fucking energy, because I have kind of the same situation whenever I go see my girl's family. Her nephew loves me. He's a great kid. I like him. He's really like nice and smart and sweet. But he just wants to constantly play with me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can play with you like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but we're approaching an hour of me making fucking car sounds while I sit on the carpet. I want to blow my head off. Like, you're a great kid, but I need a break. Like, please. Yeah.
There was, so when my niece was learning to walk, she like was in that stage where she could walk for like maybe like 10 or 15 steps at a time. Kind of was like, what? I don't know how to walk. So if you held on to her, she was fine. And so there was like the layout of my in-laws giant loop from and so it was literally 30 minutes of that. But she's also like up. She was less than. And so I was like bent over, you know, with my finger pulled me along for like 30 minutes. I literally got home that night and I was like, gee, I need an ice pack. Back like pronto. Like, my back is literally in shape. Like, I have hurt my back less like doing an improper lift at the gym than what this is going on now. Like, I literally, like, I'll come home at like 8 p.m. and I'm like, I interacted with this kid for 20 minutes. I'm not even taking the kid home. Not my kid. And I'm deadbeat. How do you raise a kid?
I don't understand how kids have that much energy, because they are smaller. They like eat less. Like, their mitochondrias are so much tinier than mine.
They're like pit bulls, dude. Because I
their jaws unlock when they bite onto things.
They have sharp teeth. I mean, I was Googling it yesterday because Havoc was sitting next to me on the couch sleeping, and I was like,
do they really eat children?
Havoc will. He has the taste for blood. For those of you who don't know, my dog has bit someone's finger off before we had him. Not on my watch. But no, because he was asleep next to me, and this guy didn't get up until 1 p.m. and it's now like 4 p.m. and he's snoring on the couch. Not like, oh, I'm just dozing, like snoring on the couch. And I was like, there's no way, dude. No way you are this tired. And so I was like, I just want to make sure that there's nothing dog, because like, you know, if you're super sleepy, like you might be sick or whatever. And I was like, no, pit bulls sleep like 16 hours a day. And they were like, basically, because I also see like this conflicting things that like pit bulls are like super high energy, and I'm like, where? Because Havoc is not high energy. He's high energy for about 2 seconds and then done.
Yeah.
And I was like reading articles about it, and it basically was like they're high energy and then they just blow all their steam for like 2 minutes. So you take them on a 2-minute run, they're done. Take them on a 20-minute walk, they're done. Like they've expended all they don't know how to like regulate their energy, so they just put their full energy into everything, which makes sense because like I'll literally get home and Havoc will be running around, and I'll bring out his little rope and I'll play with 5 minutes, and then he gives up and he just goes and like sleeps for like 12 hours.
Yeah,
that's how kids are.
Yeah,
they don't know how to like conserve their energy, so they're like, oh, I'm gonna just sprint around off the walls for 30 minutes and then I'm gonna grumpy and shit and fart and eat and go to bed.
God, what a life.
What I do now, I just have work in the middle of it. You could do anything. Do you ever get that feeling
where you're just I think I can do anything,
where you like rediscover your autonomy? Like you're like, I can eat a birthday cake for breakfast. Like there is nothing stopping. Like you can drive to the store, buy a birthday cake, and eat it for breakfast. Like,
yeah, no, I kind of had a moment like that yesterday because I had a Baja Blast with my breakfast.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a hot take that I forgot to. I hate it. It goes beyond a personal preference. I hate when I see people eating breakfast or non-breakfast food before 11 a.m. Like it pisses me. Like, oh, you're having a cheeseburger at 10 a.m. Kill yourself. I'm sorry. That's not breakfast. Put an egg on it, then it's breakfast. Sure.
Cold pizza is breakfast.
No, I'm sorry. Like there's like, I have these rules in my mind. So like, okay, so I told you I had a salad. I have a salad every day for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I will not eat that salad before 11 a.m. Even if I'm starving, I will not eat it before 11 a.m. I have my protein shake or my protein smoothie and my protein bar for breakfast, but that's at like 6 a.m. after.
Mm-hmm.
So like if 11 a.m. comes along or 10 a.m. comes along, like yesterday at work, I was literally like starving. Like my stomach was grumbling. I was starting to get a headache, and I was like, nope, 10:30, can't do it. Second 11 a.m. hit, I was able to like mentally make the salad and like eat the salad because I can't. Now, breakfast for like dinner or like a late lunch, sure. But if I see you eating like a fucking steak at like 10 a.m., I'm going to get so mad at you. Like I can't. Why are you eating mashed potatoes at 9 a.m.? Like
because they're fucking good.
It's like I understand that people have like the autonomy to do that, but like you shouldn't.
I've definitely eaten non-breakfast things for breakfast multiple times.
It makes me sick. I guess, okay, you know what? I can really justify certain things like steak and eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has to have a breakfast food attached to it, in my opinion. But like, I can justify you being like, oh, I'm hungover, I'm gonna eat this cold slice of pizza, or I'm gonna eat this hamburger that I have left over, or whatever. You know, whatever. Like, it pisses me off, but whatever. What I really hate is when people eat like dessert things, or like
ice
sweet,
cream.
like, yeah. Like, oh, I had ice. Like this one time when I was living with Josh, we had no groceries, and it wasn't like we were broke. We just had no groceries. I watched Josh in the morning eat a scoop of peanut butter and a scoop of ice cream for breakfast, and it pissed me the fuck off. I was like, starve. I was like, starve until we go to the store. Like, just stop. No, like you eat candy. If I see you eating candy at like 9 a.m., no. One of my bosses at work, when we go into the office, she has we have all outside of all of our cubes, we have little mailboxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the people with offices, they have like little walls outside their office. We don't use them. No one uses them because we don't do physical paperwork. And so one of my bosses, she puts like, she goes to Costco and she gets like the big variety. She'll switch it out to like sweet like candy versus like chocolate. I guess it's all sweet, but you know what I'm saying, like candy versus chocolate. And she'll like fill the basket up, and she, you know, it's so people can come by and get like candy and whatever.
Yeah.
There's this guy at my work who will go by at like 8 a.m. and get like 5 pieces of like chocolate. I'm like, why? First of all, why are you eating a Mounds bar? But like,
yeah, Mounds at 8 a.m. is kind of wild. If you, okay, do you think it's the time on the clock that makes you disgusted by this, or the time that you've been awake? Like, say, for example, you wake up at 2 p.m. It is 2:30. Could you eat a steak?
Well, I don't eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
I get what you're saying. No, it's the time on the clock.
It's the time on the clock.
It's not the time I've been awake. No. Okay. I used to have this thing about not being able to eat for 5 hours after I woke up because I was in my skinny era. And by skinny, I mean my like very, very disordered eating era.
Mm-hmm.
But no, now I eat. I mean, my pre-workout has 100 calories in it. It's like an actual like.
You just be munching on that.
Well, no, it's like it's meant to give you a pump because it has carbohydrates in it.
Yeah.
So it's like an actual like caloric drink versus like a 5 calorie, you know, scoop of like Ghost or whatever. I can now eat breakfast. I won't eat like right when I wake up. I cannot roll. Like if you give me breakfast in bed, I'm not gonna eat it.
Oh, dude, I have to eat breakfast like almost immediately. I get so fucking hungry.
I can't. No, I'll literally. It's not even a thing of like mental. It is like if I eat right when I wake up, I will throw up. I can do pre-workout. That's about it. But if I like were to roll out of bed, because I get up and I go right to the gym, right? I like thought about it. I was like, should I eat a protein bar before I go to the gym or after? The answer is after, because you're in an anabolic state where your body's able to like super efficiently, versus when you're before, you're not really in that state, so it's not going to quite right.
Yeah.
But like I thought about it and I was like, no, I would probably throw up at the gym if I had a protein bar beforehand.
That's what the only exception where I don't eat right when I wake up is if I'm going to the gym. Just I don't know the fucking science of it. I just feel like gross if I go to the gym with food in my stomach. Like I will go to the gym completely fucking starved because I'm like, this makes me work better.
No, I have to go to the gym fasted. Even last night, like we got home, we went out to a couple bars last night, and we got home. We were on our way home. It was like 9. We were coming back here to watch TV with a couple of friends. And Sean was like, "Oh, do you want to stop and get a milkshake?" And I was like, "I have not eaten today. Like I straight up have not. I drank a smoothie and I ate a protein bar at 6 a.m. I have not had time to eat today because I was super busy at work." And so I was like, no, it's like 9:30. I go to bed at like 11. I was like, I need to eat in the next 30 minutes because I cannot go to bed on a full stomach, first off.
Yeah,
that's
I always
annoying.
feel gross doing that too.
I can't, like, even if I were to shower and everything, like I still would feel gross, but like it makes me sick. But also I'm getting up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym, which means that's only a 7-hour turnaround time. So I need at least 7 hours to like work it out of my system. On weekdays, I won't eat. I go to bed at 10. I won't eat past, because I need like 2 hours to like digest before bed. But then I also get up at 4. And so like I'm on that grind life. Entrepreneur shit. So I get up at 4. So I'm like, if I stop eating, if I were to eat, even if I were to be fine going to bed on like a full stomach, if I were to eat at 10, that's only 6 hours before getting up, because I'm a psychopath and only 6 hours at a time. But like I can't go to on anything other than pre-workout.
Yeah.
If I feel like there's anything in my system, I used to do it at work. So because I go to my office twice a week. I used to go to the gym after work on those days, and it's just like I would feel so gross at the gym. Oh, you're tired.
Dude, I don't know what it is with me, but I'll like.
Is my disinteresting you?
A little bit.
Fuck. No, damn it.
I
canceled.
I get so tired like in the middle of the day. Like I'm groggy when I wake up, but then I kind of like wake up and feel a bit energized. But then like the middle part of the day, I will be like fucking exhausted. And then the moment the sun sets, I can go for like 3 more days. I'm just not.
You Dracula?
I guess, bro. It's not meant to be out when there's light.
It's probably because you like do your gaming in the dark.
I can't. It hurts my eyes. I have a bunch of lights on.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, being in the dark, just staring at a fucking screen hurts my eyes.
Did you see? I don't know his name. I don't know. A guy. He's some popular YouTuber, streamer, and he's doing a marathon of the Arkham series.
Yeah, Kaisenet.
Yes, that guy. Did you see he's doing it in like the Batcave from like the Dark Knight?
Yeah, every game he beats, he has like a completely new suit that he's going to put on and a completely new location he's going to be playing the game from.
I see like clips of him on Twitter every now and again because like that side of Twitter breaks into my feed. Every so often, and like every time I see a headline of him, it's like the opposite of Mr. Beast. It's like, wow, this is so effortlessly cool. Like Will Smith, I think, was on his stream or something like that.
I mean, I don't watch him a whole lot. I keep up with what he's doing because he's a pretty like
I just see
he's
the headlines,
like a fucking fascinating and amazing streamer. But
every headline I see of him is just like him doing something interesting or cool or whatever, or non-problematic even, and I'm just like, it's the opposite of Mr. Beast, because it's like, oh, Mr. Beast killed someone in the Amazon, trapping them in a box for $20,000, and then it's like Kaisenet donates bat suit to kids with cancer. It's like, oh,
yeah,
I don't know if he's a genuinely good guy or not, but like, it just
I mean, I don't know him personally, but from everything I've seen of him, he is like one of the best people on Twitch.
A high bar to clear.
It's not. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos on there.
Nick Fuentes is on Twitch, I think, right?
Nope.
Oh, he got banned.
Yeah, he's been banned.
Damn, they're taking a stance against the Nazis.
Yeah. But yeah, Kai is crazy. Like he played Sekiro, and he had like a whole costume for that and a whole like background for that. He did the same shit for like Elden Ring. He did, I'm trying to remember other games he's played where he's like had a whole background.
There's some, is he a YouTuber as well, or is he just Twitch? I mean, I
main focus is streaming, but like most, if not all streamers also have a YouTube account. Yeah.
So that's my whole thing is like, I see, do you know who Marquez Brownlee is?
Yeah.
So do you keep up with him or no?
No.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, he's a tech reviewer. He just started off reviewing like his own tech that he had, and he's built like a following. He's now one of the most followed people on YouTube. He has 20 million followers at this point. But like he reviews tech, and he's gotten to a point where like companies, you know how tech reviewers, when they get like prolific, they just send them the products, right? You know, Apple will call him and say, hey, we're releasing the iPhone 16 in a couple months. Can we send you a unit? You can film your video and you can do like a reaction, but you cannot review it until, you know, X date, you know, like you could do like an unboxing or whatever. And it's mutually beneficial because that person gets their views and gets their ad money. Yeah. And then Apple gets the, you know, the publicity of it, right? And then he also does reviews, and he doesn't hold back. Like if a company sends him something and is like, we want you to review this, and he hates it, he's going to say that. But, you know, they do the same. He has a separate channel called Autofocus, or a series, I guess, where like car companies will send him like prototype cars to review. The F-150 Lightning, which is Ford's electric F-150, before it even launched, he had like an autofocus episode on it. He reviewed Amazon's electric vehicles,
like their delivery vans.
The vans, yeah. He reviewed it before it was even a thing, and so I'm actually kind of shocked USPS hasn't asked him to do the new little fucking Pixar-looking cars that they're putting out. But he has like all these viewers, right? And he has all these, you know, access to all these companies that are like sending him stuff, right? But he also has like a warehouse that he works out of. And it's like a huge ass warehouse, and he has a staff to like help him with these videos. And I'm just like, how much revenue is coming in? Because I see like Kaisenet doing the stream in a fucking bat cave, like on a movie set, and he has all these like costumes that are like from the movies, or like, you know, replicas. And it's like, I'm sure WB probably supplied him with a couple of those, and they're going to take him back. But it's just like, there is a cost. There is a cost. Like, how much revenue are they bringing in? Like, it has to be.
Kai specifically brings in a ton of revenue just from Twitch alone. Like, for a lot of people, YouTube will be more revenue than Twitch is, but I think for Kai specifically, like, Twitch is his main source of income. I could be wrong about that, but because each subscriber on Twitch is now like $7.99 per month, and he constantly has like over 100,000. He gets
each individual one of those people pay $7.99 access his stream.
Or majority of
Twitch
them
pays him $7.99 a month.
Well, if you as an individual are going to subscribe to somebody, it's $7.99 a month. But Twitch will pay out. I think it's a 60-40 split.
Is there a difference between a follow and a subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I follow a fair amount of people, but I don't pay money to Twitch.
Yeah, no, follows are free. Subscribers are paying
to the
for
follow, but like
ad free on that channel and shit like that.
Gotcha.
But on top of that, you can like donate to the person.
Right.
He gets ad revenue from Twitch as well, and he's Twitch's biggest person, so he's going to be getting like the best splits on his subs and his ad revenue. I wonder if they can like
negotiate they need to unionize.
They used to have contracts and they used to negotiate those contracts, but as of last year, Twitch stopped doing contracts.
They need to unionize badly.
I don't think you can because you're not employees of Twitch. Yeah.
Take your money, fly out to San Francisco and say, I need a tech developer. And then a tech developer will spawn out of the crates in the street in San Francisco, and you say, build me an app. It's Twitch.
Yeah, they have that, and it's full of fucking pedophilia.
Well, it's
called Kick.
Kick is still around?
Yeah. It's funded by a fucking online casino. It's never going to run out of money.
Like the chat app Kick?
No.
K-I-K?
Well, that is around too, and also still filled with pedophilia. But there is a Twitch clone that, I'm not going to say the name of it, but an online cryptocurrency casino started to be a direct competitor with Twitch. Couple big people from Twitch went over and were like the heads of it, and were like, oh yeah, this is like the uncensored Twitch, because they were doing shit against Twitch's terms of service, and they're like, yeah, we have no terms of service over here. And now just like the worst type of people are on there.
Well, you definitely need terms of service, I guess.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all just on AWS servers. So
okay, well, I like to think of myself as kind of a Robin Hood, because on Twitter they have you can monetize your tweets, and most people will just fucking say stupid shit to get engagement, which is against their community guidelines. I am a community notes author, and I community note people all the time for fun, just to demonetize them.
Do you get demonetized if you get a
community note? Your that tweet cannot give you monetization.
Oh, but you have to pay Twitter to get your shit monetized, right?
You have to get Twitter Blue, but
yeah,
I don't. I definitely think there are people out there who pay for Twitter Blue, but I think there are certain people. You know how Elon bought Twitter and was like, we're getting rid of the verification system, and then that immediately backfired, and actually it was a net benefit because it caused Eli Lilly to lower the price of insulin.
Yeah.
But it like immediately backfired, and then he's like, we're going to implement a system of checks next to people's names.
Yeah, he just made a more complicated verification system, because now the checks got like different colors and different meanings and shit.
I'm certain there are people out there who pay for Twitter Blue, but I'm also certain that there are people out there who just have, a couple 100,000 followers, and Twitter just throws Twitter Blue into their profile. And is like, here, have the benefits, because they want them to use the platform. They want the engagements because if their engagements are up, that means people are using Twitter.
No, yeah, that definitely did happen, because a lot of like prolific people on Twitter were saying like, I got verified. I didn't pay for it, because they were getting like shit by people. Nazi symbol
getting like forced onto you. Yeah, they're like, I promise. Yeah, you can never convince me to pay for a social media platform. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I will sit and watch 4 ads in a row on YouTube before I pay for YouTube Premium.
Yeah, I just have an ad block.
I thought they got rid of that now. Like, it won't work on YouTube.
If you're bad at it, I guess.
Okay. Well, a little hacker over here.
Well, what I wanted to do when I was living here was you can get a thing called a Raspberry Pi. It's essentially just a tiny computer, like about that big. And then you just load some software onto it that essentially acts like a filter. And so all of the incoming network traffic, it'll filter out all of the ads and shit from that, and it'll just feed you like what you're trying to see.
God, I need that for Talk, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
One of the streaming services. We have ads on it because $20 a month.
Yeah, just pirate it.
Well,
just pirate your shit.
Legally, you can't do that, but there is ways to pay for movies. I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, just and pirate
I
shit.
Think,
don't pay for streaming services.
Commodifying art is inherently anti-ethical, or unethical. I'm making up words. Unethical. But no, I went to watch Oppenheimer again on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
436 seconds of ads.
That's
literally
insane.
Displayed a circle at the top right of the screen, 436, and started like doing a little circle thing. And I was like,
that's just for one instance of you sitting through ads. I thought that would be throughout the whole movie.
Oh, no. Well, they basically, okay, I guess the nice thing is they throw them all at the beginning.
Oh.
They're unskippable, but it's still 400 seconds of ads.
That's like 8 minutes?
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I'm going to watch a movie. You know how you have to like, you make food or cannot start eating till I have my little fucking stimulus playing.
Yeah.
You could like start the movie and then go cook and then like finish cooking and be like, all right, I'm ready. But it's
crazy.
Just like 400 seconds. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If there's any advertisers out there listening, sponsor us. Give us free stuff and pay for our equipment. But I have never seen an ad and been like, if you're interrupting something of mine, I have never seen an ad like that, like on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm watching a video and it cuts out, and now I'm looking at a Mint Mobile ad with Ryan Reynolds' face. First off, Ryan Reynolds is a good advertiser to me. I see him and I get filled with rage. I have never been more sure that I'm never going to get Mint Mobile than after watching it on YouTube. So you're advertising for your competitors. I'm going to Google who's Mint Mobile's competitor, and even if it costs me more money, because it pisses me the fuck off. Just stop. Ads are so much. Do you know that I think Hawaii banned billboards?
Why? I mean, I always thought billboards were like a weird way to advertise shit because you're supposed to be looking at the road.
Yeah. I hate ads. I really do. Like, I understand why they exist, but like billboards, they ruin the natural landscape. There's nothing more fucking annoying than like trying to take a picture of a nice, pretty city, and then there's like a fucking like, in an accident, call me. Sweet James.
Sweet James. I love the Sweet James billboards.
He's eating the Ann Fong nachos.
He is.
He's kind of her and Ash in a crash. Call Ash.
Have you seen the Drake the Lawyer ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's one outside of Vacaville.
Yeah, there used to be a bunch of like, before the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick happened, he had like a bunch of Drake quotes on his billboard, like best you've ever had, and like some other ones. And after the beef happened, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to change the billboards. And within like a week, he had new ones up that had like a bunch of Kendrick quotes on them. I was like, damn, we know where
Kendrick
he stands.
Kendrick the lawyer. The white guy. This is a white guy, by the way. Kendrick the lawyer.
No, yeah, Drake the lawyer, I'm pretty sure is a white guy.
No, he is. Yeah, he has a picture up. He looks like a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's not even Saul Goodman type of, like, he looks like a lawyer.
What's that shit called where you measure people's head to figure out like how smart they are?
Phrenology?
Yeah, he's got lawyer phrenology.
Okay, I see where you're going at. Yeah, Sweet James was married to a housewife.
Like of Kentucky, like one of those
like a Real Housewife.
ones?
Sorry, a Real Housewife. Yeah.
Oh, not a fake one.
No, a real one. Like one on a show.
Fuck.
I think it was in Beverly Hills, I want to say. And then they had like a really messy divorce. And then he got real skinny. He got on that Ozempic.
Is that why he's up here now? Because Sweet James
he's in
like
LA.
popped
He's
up
in LA.
like recently up in this area. I know he was prolific in LA.
God, dude, I went to LA for like 5 minutes. 20 billboards in like a mile. Just Sweet James. I was like, where can I get milk here? Is there anyone who has got milk in LA? Like, it's just Sweet James. There's no products in LA. Just Sweet James.
Sweet James has been commodified to such an extent.
You know how in
everybody's got a Sweet James in their pocket.
Yep. You know how in LA they have the for your consideration billboards for like when award season's coming around?
I only know Sweet James.
Okay, so in LA they have...
And they have that smoking one, right? That like everyone celebrates when it's like the New Year and like the first one. It's like this many smoking deaths in 2024 or whatever. And it has like, it's like a digital counter. And every time someone dies of complications from smoking, it like ticks up.
I've never seen that, but I've seen the billboard. It's actually right next to the Sweet James billboard. Or no, the Drake billboard in Vacaville. It's like the high fructose corn syrup billboard. Have you seen that one? It's like, would you eat this amount of sugar at once? And it's just like a fucking dog scoop of sugar. And it's like, then why would you drink it? And it's like a picture of like what's clearly like a, and it's like, what? Because I want to? I don't know.
Because it tastes good. Leave me alone.
No, in LA, when there's award seasons, either the Emmys or the Oscars, studios will put up, because this is where all the voters live, they put up billboards that will say like, for your consideration for Best Actress, Emma Stone.
Why do they do that? Because we're not the ones voting for it.
Anyone can be a voter. You pay $99 a year, you can be an Oscar voter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Honestly, I'll tell you what. We get to ads on this particular program, and the ads deliver us $99 a year. We'll vote how our viewers want us to vote for the Oscars, regardless of if I think it's a bad movie. Yeah,
we'll do a
group voting session. We'll do a live stream.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream voting for whatever award show it is. I
tell
already
your
forgot
friends.
the name of it.
The Oscars.
The Oscars.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell your friends. And the nice thing is, if you're a voting member of the Academy, they send you little CDs.
Oh boy!
Well, they used to send you DVDs to watch movies.
A DVD?
Well, like, because they're not out; they're in theaters. Like, so, like, you know, I told you The Brutalist was famously only like in New York or LA.
Dude, I'm going to get, if we get on one of those voting boards, I'm just gonna get my. I'm gonna get us banned so fast because I'm just rip all the DVDs and upload them.
Well, that's the whole, they don't do it anymore. It's like you vote for the Oscars online. Did you know that? Like, it's just a website. It's just like oscarvoting.com or something like that. Like, it's just like a normal website.
Well, what do you want to do? Like, fucking put it on a
ballot.
Scantron?
Mail me a ballot. Stop the steal. Mail me a ballot. Can we get Mike Pence on this? Can we get him to redo the elections? Is that within his vice presidential authority to overrule the Oscar voting? Can we January 6th the Oscars?
Oh my god.
No, but now they send you a link to like watch it online. But the thing is they like, I don't know computer shit. I'm not fucking fake Elon Musk who thinks he knows computer shit. You can't like plug your laptop into your TV to like, you know, have like a big screen. You have to watch it on your laptop.
That's crazy. Well, that link points directly at that server, so I'm just going to the server and just scrape all of the Oscar data. I don't
think Oscar voters are that. I'm not saying they're stupid, but I just don't think that's their top priority. Like, I don't think they care that much. But I know that like Sundance does the same thing. I didn't know this. You could buy a virtual pass to Sundance. And I want to go to Sundance because it's in Utah. Not that far away. Something I could drive to. I don't know why, but I was like floating the idea to Sean of going to Sundance because I was like, you get to see movies like a year early. And then you could kind of be all up on your high horse about like, you're just seeing that movie? I saw it last March. You could log it on Letterboxd, but you can't put a review because it's not out yet. So it's like, everyone can see that you're fucking rich. But I don't know why. I thought that Sundance would be, I knew it would be expensive, right? But I didn't think it would be as expensive as, because I was like, oh, well, we'll just buy, because it's a week long. So I was like, we'll just buy passes to it. $5,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
$5,000 a ticket. And he was like, well, yeah, because, you know, there's a bunch of celebrities there. And I was like, okay, I'm not meeting, you don't get to meet the celebrities.
Yeah.
They're just there because it's the screening. I mean, sure, some of them do like a Q&A or whatever, but like, that's a different event. That's like a separate thing. Like you can screen a movie and not, because they screen the movies multiple times. So it's, you know, just get a pass have a pass that's like no Q&As. I don't want to go to, I would love to go to Q&A, I guess, but like I don't really have like the innate. So you can get a pass, it's like an all access unlimited movies for like 5,000, right? But you can also get like a 10 movie pass for like 800. And I was like, that's still a lot of money, especially since it's in Park City, I think.
Do they give you popcorn?
I'm sure they have to. There's no way that you're like paying $800 for a pass to a thing and they're not at least giving you a small popcorn. Maybe some red vines that I hate. Eat licorice, you're a psychopath.
Red vines aren't licorice.
What are they?
They're the same shape, but they're red vines.
Are Twizzlers licorice?
No. Licorice is just the ones that taste like licorice. I don't know the name of it, but I know that's an important distinction we need to make before the Swifties bomb us.
Swifties?
Yeah.
Can't fight with the Swifties.
They're really about the red vines.
No, I don't know. I thought it would be cheaper, but it's not. But you can get an online pass to Sundance for like $35. Get like 10 movies, which is that's good.
Do you get to pick which ones? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you get to pick. I haven't looked into it, but I want to go. I have a real big aversion to, because I mean, this is the whole thing. Imagine I buy a digital thing to Sundance, right? And I say, oh, I'm going to watch The Brutalist on my laptop. You can't watch The Brutalist. You can't even watch a Brutalist on my living room TV. It's one of those movies where it's just like you have to see it like on a big screen because it's the experience. It's like, imagine trying to watch like Interstellar on like your phone.
I watch almost everything on my phone.
You're like the Netflix CEO. Chris Nolan is going to spawn out from behind this couch and just slit your throat.
I'll go ones with Chris Nolan. I don't give a fuck.
I definitely agree that there are certain movies. Like I watched this movie that was like a spiritual sequel to a movie from the 70s called like the Kane Mutiny Court Martial. And the original movie was called The Kane Mutiny from the 70s, and it was Storm, Baltic Sea or something ship, and there was like and then the court martial was like everyone was playing the same character, but it was like made today, so it was like brand new characters. It literally is just a courtroom proceeding. It's literally like a play. So like I watched it on my laptop, that's fine, but like I just don't think like I want to go watch like a Mission Impossible movie or like a James Bond movie on my, like I just can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I just watch everything on my phone because it's just right there, including
porn. Don't watch it on your laptop.
Don't watch it on your laptop.
I'll install Pegasus and I'll, you fucking perverts.
Yeah.
You fucking perverts.
All right.
Well,
you want to read out socials?
I always...
You do.
Side note. You know that, have you ever got one of those Visa gift cards?
Yeah.
You know if the number's missing, they have to open an investigation. Sean got one and his CCV, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Number was missing, and so they like had to open an investigation and they're sending it.
Go ahead and read out that code too.
Well, we have the new card.
Uh-oh.
Like it's not a new CCV. It's a case code. So like if we had to call them back, we can be like, oh, case number.
Oh, I thought it was a code for a new card. I was about to say, let's give people a reason to listen.
472. Okay, here we go. Let's start with YouTube. We are CurvePod. Like, subscribe, share. Like our shorts. Our shorts aren't getting enough likes. Our TikToks are getting enough. Our TikToks are getting enough likes when we do stuff that is raunchy.
So we should post one today where we were talking about poop.
Yeah, the fucking getting horny when you're pooping. I'll tell you what. if we get our TikTok up to 100 followers, Bodhi and I will post a video of ourselves in gray sweatpants jumping up and down. You're not going to see
God
much.
damn, your hands are cold.
I
bitch.
told you I'm anemic. I'm anemic. Oh, great. I got the fucking strangler from SpongeBob's hands on me now. Okay. Bluesky, learningcurvepod.bsky.social. Twitter, we are at learncurvepod, sorry. Instagram, we are learningcurve.podcast. As always, fuck the people who got the full learn. TikTok, we are at learningcurvepod. And Bodhi's Twitch is shrink3dink.twitch.tv.
It's just .tv.
.tv.
Yeah, twitch.com/shrink3dink.
Tuvalu.
Sorry, twitch.tv/shrink3dink. Yeah.
All right. Make sure you tell us. Don't tell us anything. Don't tell me anything, actually.
Tell us your favorite shit your pants story. Tell us the last time you were horny at the gym.
Yeah.
And
what gets you that is not sexual in nature? That's your homework. Think about that.
Tell us what your blood type is.
Your social.
What other?
Tell us what
your toes
you're
look
jerking
like.
off to on your computer. You fucking perverts.
Yeah, describe your toes in the form of a 16th century peasant.
Send us feet pics.
Send him feet pics. I got enough. My camera roll's full.
On feet pic Instagram. I don't know why. I don't know why. Not foot fetish Instagram. I'm on foot fetish Instagram. Like, I see a bunch of things. It's like, yeah, babe, I'm on my period, but those feet ain't. Like, it's just that over and over again. No, what I was trying to say was, tell your friends about us.
Tell your friends about our feet.
Tell your friends about our feet. Tell your friends about us. Get them to like and subscribe. Because the sooner we get to 100 followers, the sooner you're getting a gray sweatpants video from us. But also, the sooner we get to 100 followers, we can do Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal. 100 followers, Q&A.
100 followers on TikTok, Q&A, gray sweats.
No. It's one step. 100 followers on TikTok is our gray. 100 followers on Instagram, because that's where we would do the.
Oh, okay.
It would be like a submission. I don't want.
And then 1,000 subs on YouTube, and we do the nude calendar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And we don't give a fuck about the other platforms, so we don't get.
Yeah. No.
Rate the show. Leave reviews.
Make it as positive as I'm allowed to say.
Yeah.
Within community guidelines.
Vote honestly.
Just
vote often. Vote early.
Look up the words jury nullification and kind of apply that to the rating. But other than that.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.